Hey friends, what is up? It's so good to see you again for yet another video. For those of you who are new here, my name is Daniel from iosoundstudio, where we make music for people all over the world. My personal goal is to impact the world with music and to inspire and teach other people how to do the very same thing. And so, in today's video, we're going to be talking about part 2 of how to write great melodies. If you haven't already seen part 1, I encourage you to go ahead and check it out right here. And once you finish it, come on back to this video and continue along with us. So the first thing that I want to talk about is focusing on the rhythm. Honestly, in songwriting, the rhythm matters just as much as the melody itself does. For interesting rhythms, use a combination of longer notes and shorter notes. So for example, you can use a blend of quarter notes and eighth notes, or eighth notes and 16th notes, and different versions and different combinations of notes like that for more interest in your melodies and in your rhythms. Next, incorporate syncopation for interest. Syncopation is a really good tool to use to kind of catch your listener a little bit off guard and just add a little bit more rhythmic interest to your melodies. And next, and this is super important, you want to make sure that the rhythm of your melody actually serves to enhance the overall feel of the song itself. If the rhythm in your melody is doing one thing and it totally throws off the groove of the drums or the bass, for example, in your song, then the two things are going to clash instead of harmoniously working together. The second thing, make sure you leave adequate space. Don't feel the need to fill every single moment of your song with more notes. This is something that I personally struggled with when I first kind of started writing songs. I felt like I just needed to fill every second of the song with a word or a different note or a run or something like that. And realistically, adding space is super important as well. Using these spaces in your melody actually allows your listener to have a moment of breathing room, and it gives them time to actually appreciate the cool thing that you just did prior in your melody. You can also use this space strategically to create anticipation for the next part of your melody as well. The third thing is to sing your melody. If you're anything like me, then sometimes when you're in the songwriting process, you're kind of in your head and you're kind of just mumbling to yourself and writing down phrases. But it's super important to actually stop and pause for a moment and sing it through and see if it actually feels good. If your melody is too complicated to sing, then chances are it's too complex for your listener. And keep in mind here that the most catchy and popular songs are typically fairly simple as far as melody and rhythm go. Singing out your melody can actually help you to identify the awkward parts of your melody, or like the parts where you're tripping over the phrases and the rhythms and things like that. Singing your melody out loud can also help you to gauge the emotional impact of your melody. There's just something different that happens when you sing your melody out loud as opposed to kind of humming it under your breath. So I encourage you, take a moment and sing your melody. The fourth thing I want to talk about is studying the greats. And really fast, if you're enjoying this content, if you're getting some value from this video, I would really appreciate it if you took 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you stay up to date with my posts, and it goes such a long way to help support the channel. Also, I'm not monetized yet, so hey, if you want to work together and are interested in possibly collaborating on a song, feel free to email me at info@iosoundstudio.com, or of course you can DM me on Instagram. Anything like that would be great, but that would go a long way also to support my channel and my business as well. All right, back to the video. There is always a reason that the iconic melodies worked, and it's super important for us as songwriters to listen to them and to study them and analyze them and figure out what it is about these melodies that makes them stand out from the rest. So one good practice that you can actually get into as a songwriter is to take a little bit of time, say once a week, taking 5 minutes. There's a lot of wind outside. That was weird. Sit down once a week and take 5 minutes and analyze one of your favorite songs. Look at how the melody of the song develops over time as the song progresses. Notice how the melody in the song that you love so much interacts with things like the harmonies, the chord progression, and the overall lyrics as well. And arguably most importantly, figure out what makes those melodies so memorable. As you study more and more, you're going to start to see patterns emerge. And once you can identify what those patterns are, then you can start incorporating those things into your own songs. And fifth and finally, practice and experiment. Just like any other good skill, writing great melodies takes time and it takes practice. If becoming a great songwriter is something that you're really passionate about, I encourage you, set aside regular time where you sit down and you just write out melodies. And these melodies don't have to land anywhere. They don't need to always end up in a final song. They can literally just be there as exercises for you to get better in your craft of writing melodies. Try different approaches and try different styles. Try pulling inspiration from totally different genres of music that you're not even super thrilled about. A really good challenge as a songwriter could be trying to pull some sort of melodies from music like Jimi Hendrix, or trying to pull melodies from someone like Michael Jackson, or from Zendaya, or from whoever, fill in the blank. But spending time emulating these different melodies and pulling inspiration from totally different worlds will significantly improve your ability to write really good melodies as a songwriter. Also, once you get a really good grasp on the rules of melody and you start to get really comfortable in seeing what other people are doing, feel free to break all the rules. Truly, in music, the rules are there to be broken. They're not supposed to cage you in, they're supposed to just teach you what the guidelines are. And then once you're comfortable, you can step beyond the boundaries of what those rules are. And that's where some of the most magical stuff happens truly. Remember, there is no one correct way to write a melody. The guidelines can help you, but ultimately the most important thing is just trust your ear and experiment and have fun. And of course, the more you practice, the more natural and intuitive the process is going to come to you. So I can't encourage this enough. Make sure to practice. If this is something that you really want to get better in, you're just really wanting to level up your songs, sit down and take time to practice. It's one of those things that no one is gonna see. It's one of the things that are not sexy or incredibly impressive, but it's so important to just spend time by yourself and just put in the reps to make better and better songs. It's something that's gonna go a very long way in your songwriting in the end, and it's something that's definitely gonna separate you from a lot of mediocre and bad songwriters that are there. And as we all know, and this is no shade to anybody, in today's world, there are so many songs out there that are not phenomenal. And that's, again, it's no shade to anybody, but I challenge you and I encourage you guys, really put in time to make your songs as great as they can be. And truly, this is me speaking to myself as well. Put in the effort, you'll appreciate it, and you'll thank yourself in the end. So with that, friends, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out another video. I'll see you again very soon with a new one. Oh, that's perfect timing. The fan literally just kicked on. Great. I'm glad it did that after I finished recording. Fun fact, I always have a sock in the studio. I don't know if this is something that's unique to me. I highly doubt it, but these things make great microphone covers to just keep the dust out. It might just be me, I might be weird, I don't know, but you will probably see this sock on several microphones, or yeah, you'll see the sock on several different microphones and stuff in different pictures and things like that if you go through my Instagram and if you follow me for any amount of time. This thing is literally always on my primary go-to microphone. Anyways, see ya.